everyone. Welcome to another episode of Pivy Does It All. I know I just did a live on how to cast off on my Centro and made a little rainbow hat uh, that hopefully will bring someone some joy in their life. And wanted to talk about, first of all, you might notice I have some black on my hands. I did some temporary henna, um, and it's coming off, so that's why I didn't all of a sudden get hand tattoos, just so you know. um, but I wanted to talk about mental health because mental health has been something in the forefront of my mind the past several years, even. And I say this to you being in a residential facility right now myself. So that's why everything looks different, and that's why you might hear someone knock at my door. Um, all of these things because I was in a place where my mental health was not. Hi, Triple C. Thank you so much for joining me. It's we won't be crocheting today. I just made a hat on my Centro. But today I'll be talking about mental health and um, will be kind of explaining where I'm at, but also explaining how I feel like as a group of people um, who are so supportive. I'm talking about the crochet and knitting and yarny in general community. Uh, I think it's important that we talk about it and we realize that we are um, definitely not alone in this journey. So I'll tell a little bit about myself. So I have known that I was different for a long time, and knowing what that meant. I mean, we all feel different, right? At some point, like that's not an unusual feeling. But I was very reactive to people. I would cry a lot more than people. I would be angry a lot more than people. And I didn't feel like that was me as a person, but I was having all these problems. And when I was younger, I got diagnosed as bipolar. And I know that seems very scary to a lot of people. Maybe you have someone in your family who has bipolar and you have some kind of connotation with it. For me, I have both a positive and negative connotation to it. It's what gives me the juice to finish, to work on all of these wonderful projects that I work on and I really love and I really enjoy. But it also takes my joy away and makes it really hard for me to do things sometimes. Um, excuse me. So I wanted to talk about mental health because I didn't want it to be a secret that I was in a treatment facility. Um, there, for me, there were no drugs or alcohol involved. That's not my thing. Um, but there are people here who are receiving that treatment, and that's great for them. Um, for me, I just wanted to for me, I needed to get my chemistry straight. And when you are bipolar, you literally have chemicals in your brain, your that are sending messages through neurotransmitters. And um, unfortunately, a lot of people need to be medicated. Not unfortunately, it's just a fact, right? Some people need to be medicated, and you can believe that people need medication or not. That's fine with whatever you believe. I have found that medication works really, really well for me. And but those are chemicals going into your body, and understanding what is going into your body, and um, understanding what's going into your body and getting that balance can be really challenging. And I am here now. I've been here before, this facility. I'm here now because my body's chemistry, regardless of medicine, is just going up and down and up and down and up and down. And I can't function in a workplace, in my own home, really, with how things are going. So I needed to take a step back and find a place where I could be safe and learn how to deal with that better. So, so luckily I'm able to, you guys should see me. Like, let me go get my little case that I carry with me all day long. So part of my therapy is carrying this around all day long and making granny squares, or making mug cozies, or making just anything. And that's what I found is very therapeutic for me. And I think that the Yarny community is such a positive community that I would hope and I don't want to say expect because that sounds presumptuous, but I would hope that this kind of telling of how I've been is received well, because I've told some things about my life in chats here and there, and have received nothing but love. And I know that there's a lot of love in this community. And, um, you know, people who I didn't expect to give me so much, so much love have done that for me. And I really appreciate that. And so I hope that this continues, even after I say, I'm bipolar, and or I have borderline personality disorder. I hope that this, I don't know why I'm so nervous to tell you guys. I don't want to lose you guys, as, yeah, we have a really supportive community. And like, I don't know why I'm so nervous to tell you guys. I'm like kind of like sitting here shaking, because I just want to say that, we all have hard times that we fall into. And sometimes that is because of the situation that we're in. And sometimes that is because of chemicals in our brain. And there's also like a total range of things that can cause that too. And thank you, Dana. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I want people to feel that they are not alone, because there are a lot of people out there who, I won't, like, suffer in silence is a dramatic way to say it, right? But there's a lot of people out there who are dealing with this every day, who are dealing with depression, or dealing with anxiety, or dealing with something, and don't know the resources they have available, to them. And I really want to let people know that there are a lot of resources out there. You just have to look, and um, there's a bunch of, I know that a lot of people on here are faith-based, and I think that's fantastic. And thinking of being able to talk to someone, I hope would seem natural, but thinking that you can talk about your emotions and how maybe de- you're feeling these feelings of depression or something like that, like being able to talk to someone you trust within the church um, is really, really, really important. And having someone that you can trust even outside of the church uh, is important. But if you're not faith-based, or if you're faith-based but you're looking for something different, you can talk to a therapist. There are so many um, telemedicine visits now that you can do, that you can where you can find therapists whether you have insurance or you don't. Um, if you have insurance, a lot of it is covered, and that really can make a huge difference in. Yes, I am in a facility right now. Um, I've been here a couple days, but I expect to be here about a month. Um, and so that's why my setup looks a little different, and everything around me kind of looks um, little strange. And there might be someone knocking at the door at one point, just checking on me. Um, but this is a facility that I know has been able to help me in the past. And um, I just wanted people to know that they're not alone. If you're feeling these feelings, regardless of whether you think you should or should not be feeling that way, they're valid. And talking to someone who validates those feelings and says, you know what, it's okay that you're feeling that way. Um, this is unfortunately not my first time going to a facility like this. I have I the first time I went to a facility, I was 15, and that's when I found out I was bipolar. And I've been to this facility a couple times just in the past year and a half because, long story short, I had a medical issue with my thyroid that caused me to have to switch my medicines. My medicines were fine, they were great, they were working really well for me. And then I had to switch medicines, and all of a sudden, like, it's like the rug pulled out from underneath me. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I went into this deep depression, and and unfortunately, after that, it's been kind of like this big roller coaster of emotions. And then I had a medication issue, which lasted about a year, where I was on this medication that is supposed to be a short term medication, and I was on it for a year. And it impacted my work. I almost lost my job. It's this whole thing. So right now I'm here because we made a switch to my medication, and unfortunately, your body can metabolize it two ways. It can metabolize it as a mood stabilizer, which was the intention, or it can metabolize it as an antidepressant, which an antidepressant with bipolar people can push someone into a manic episode, which is what happened to me. So I'm here because I went into a manic episode and am now dealing with the repercussions of that. And that's been really hard, but I've been really fortunate that I have family that understands. I have family that doesn't understand on the same side of, or the other side of the coin, but I have family that has seen me go through this as a 15-year-old and knows that a lot of these things that I'm going through now are really the same things I went through when I was 15, like finding the right medication and stuff like that. And it's like, you know, I, you know, medication for mental illness is really similar to a lot of things where it's not a, quick fix and you know exactly what's going to happen. It's, trial and error, and that's really what I've been undergoing, I guess, for the past little while. I'm very fortunate. If you know me at all, you know that I have a wife named Melanie, and she is super, super, super supportive and has been very just incredible during this whole journey. But it's put a lot of pressure on her, and talking about bipolar and family dynamics are it's a whole nother thing. But so this is a really good opportunity, because you like to think like, oh, if your relationship is so strong, you should be able to handle it at home. No, this is a disease that puts so much pressure on the people around you to walk on eggshells that it is the greatest gift I can give her right now, is to be away from her a little bit. We still see each other through the glass, and we talk every night, but she needs to be able to rest her mind and her body, because she has had to be my caretaker for the last, I don't know how long. So this is just as important for me as it is for my spouse. And I encourage you, if you're going through something similar, to also consider how it affects your spouse. And because that's your rock, that's your person who's ride or die beside you, and you don't want to burn them out. You want the best for them. And I'm putting words in your mouth, but even friendships can be really difficult. So keep in mind the people around you and how hard they're working to support you. And if not everyone needs a facility like this, not everyone needs to be watched and checked on every 30 minutes. I'm not saying that. I don't believe that. I think that a lot of people can handle what they're doing by themselves, or with a therapist's help, or with a trusted advisor, like a school counselor. I think all those people are really, really, really important. But just know that if it gets really bad, you can look around, and you can there are resources all the way up to the top of being mentally ill or being very mentally unhealthy at that time. So I hope that this helped anyone. I'm more than happy to answer questions about my stay here. I am going to be here like I said, for a little bit longer. So I'm still going to be creating crochet creations, and we'll hopefully have some makeup looks to show you guys as well. And yeah, so thank you for listening, and um, I hope that and thank you so much, Dana. You're so supportive and making me making me feel at home in my own channel. So that's you. That just shows you the magic of you and your spirit. So Dana, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys around. Bye. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm just reading this now. I mean, those thoughts are so hard to deal with, and um, it's really important to be able to talk about that. You know, so many people, and definitely a huge, like, even more so for people of color, like, not getting help is um, is part of a lot of the people's culture. And um, I don't know, I could go on and on about that, but I'm so sorry that that has happened to you. And I'm, you know, I always like to say you're 10 years a pro. You're a pro at dealing with depression. And while those thoughts are going to come and go, um, it's nothing you haven't overcome so far. And I'm so glad that you're here, Dana. You are a light in this community, and really, really, I'm just so thankful for your time and what you bring to everyone's table. So I love you, Dana. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna be like, I love you, Dana. So thank you for sharing, and talk to you later.